Well, good morning, everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome in. Come on through, come on through. I know I'm a little 9 minutes late. I know. You know, just sometimes we got to reboot so that you get a good show. Sometimes we got to reboot so we can get a good show. Yes, come on through, y'all. Come on through. Good morning. Joe Mel, if you don't get out of that box, Tremel, get him. He jumped in the box. Get from out. Good morning, good morning. Come on through. Come on in the Lord's house. Ishalakandala. Oh, I'm going to get in so much trouble with Jesus for that. Come on in the Lord's house. Ishalakandala. Hey, Melissa. Good morning, Melissa. Good morning, Tyrone and Famous. Hey, Tanika Green. Good morning, y'all. Thank y'all for coming in. Melissa said, sing it. They're going to get me for speaking in tongues, Melissa. Ishalakandala. Hey, Lisa. Come on in the Lord's house. Ishalakandala. Oh, God, let me stop. I'm a mess. I'm a whole mess. Y'all, today I want to know what some of y'all want to talk about in the comments. So y'all can put in the comments when we get started. If y'all have an idea or something you want me to talk about, definitely put it in the comments. I do have something I am going to talk about because I think it needs to be said because it is Gay Pride Month, and I think it needs to be said. Excuse me, y'all. Yes. Come on through. And thank all of you that joined me Thursday night for the interview with my brother. I appreciate y'all for coming. And thank you for everybody that enjoyed it. Because y'all said y'all really enjoyed that. And I'm glad. That was the whole purpose. I wanted y'all to enjoy it. And thank you to my mods for putting up the links. I know I don't call on y'all a lot to do stuff. And I appreciate y'all being there for that. Shout out to Facebook, because I'm live on there as well. But y'all know I don't be using Facebook like that, honey. So, shout out to y'all too on Facebook. Stop being lazy and come on over to YouTube. And then I won't have to broadcast on Facebook. Yes. How about that? All right, y'all. I am going to get started soon. I am. Jomel, you better go sit down somewhere because you asking for an ass whipping on the live. Because you all over the place this morning and I don't know why. Hey, Monte. Hey, Monte. I'm glad you did. Lisa, I can talk about that. Tremel did that earlier this week, but I can talk about that today too. All right, y'all, let's get started. Oh, I almost clicked y'all off. My fault. Welcome to my humble abode. See, I'm believing Jesus is going to give me this house that's in the background, one big just like it. But in the meantime, I can pretend. Good morning, y'all, and welcome to the TheMKingz Morning Show featuring me, Joseph McCray, one half of the McCray King. Yes, I'm here today because I didn't come yesterday. I know I was supposed to. I apologize. I wasn't feeling it yesterday. I wasn't. And I don't like to come when I'm not feeling it because then it's just blah. I wanted to come when I was feeling it. And, I can give y'all all what y'all looking for in the Joseph France. Yes. So I'm here today and we are going to have some good conversations. Yes, y'all. Again, shout out to my brother, Pastor Ronald Glover. Thank you for letting me interview you. And thank all of you for coming on Thursday night, because I know y'all are not used to me being live on a Thursday night anymore. We used to go live on Q&A with the Kingz, and we may bring that back. I like that, because y'all was asking some very good questions for me and Tramel to answer. We're just trying to revamp and figure out what you guys like. I mean, we like most of everything me and Tramel does. So we're just trying to miss and... Oh, you miss Tramel? You have to do the replay. Hey, Moni, no love. Y'all, yes. Happy Gay Pride Month to everybody who that applies to. And even if it doesn't apply to you, you may have gay friends, gay family members. Tell them Happy Pride. And if you didn't know, then tell somebody gay you do know, and they're going to be shocked. That's why you see all the gay pride stuff on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, because Gay Pride Month. Well, actually, when June comes, it becomes Gay Pride, period, because every state from June to October actually has a gay pride. So it's really, summer is Gay Pride time, but June is officially Gay Pride Month.
Pride season.
Yeah, Pride season, but June is officially Gay Pride Month, because that's when everything starts. That's when everything starts. So, I hope all of y'all had a good Thursday and you plan on enjoying Saturday. Today is going to be a nice hot day here, upstate New York. It's going to be 87 degrees. Me and Jomel are going to attempt for the 110th time, because I always get lazy and don't do it, to walk around the park today. We gonna, that's the plan. Now, whether the plan goes through or not, who knows? But that's the plan. And I think tomorrow me and Tramel are gonna go to the park and have a little picnic. Yes, if it doesn't rain. But yeah, so let's get into some things. First, I want to talk about something that I heard last night. I was watching some content creators last night, and they were talking about the gay flag being hung at the Pentagon. And one of them got they don't understand why, it's the military, blah, 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 blah. And it just got up under my skin, because I'm like, okay, I don't understand. When Black people want to be included in something, they go out of their way to make it happen. When Asian people now, they done pass bills and everything for them. Whenever it comes to gay people, we supposed to just sit back and just shut up. We can't have an inclusion. It's not to fly the flag all the time at the Pentagon. It's for June because it's Gay Pride Month. And you are willingly accepting gays and lesbians into the military. Not that they haven't been there all the time, but why can't they fly the flag? The White House does it. The White House, sometimes they turn the whole White House the rainbow colors. I've seen it done before. The Empire State Building is turned the rainbow colors. It's about inclusion. It has nothing to do with anything else. But whenever gay people want to be included in something, it becomes an issue and a problem for people. But it's not a problem when you want to include Black people. It was a problem for me when they put a damn black and brown stripe in a rainbow flag, because I ain't never seen a rainbow with a black and a brown stripe to include Black people into the rainbow flag, because they claim the rainbow represented all the colors. I ain't never seen a blue person. I ain't never seen a violet colored person. So I'm a little confused at that part of how when we want inclusion, being black, they're going to make provisions for that. But when we want inclusion just because we're gay, it becomes a problem. And then somebody in their comments had the audacity to type, they need to stay in the closet, way deep in the closet, and lock the door. Child, I was sitting here having a natural born fit. And if it wasn't for my phone ringing, and I got a phone call, I was about to light that bitch in the comment section, right the fuck on up and tell them to put a link so I could come up on the back, because I know they would have put a link. Because it wasn't so much about them not agreeing to the flag, because a lot of people don't get it. A lot of people just think, but it's about inclusion. That's what it's about. It's no different than if black people wanted to be included in something. Like I said, they added a black and brown stripe to the rainbow flag, which I personally think is stupid, because I ain't never seen a rainbow with a black and brown stripe in it. And you want to say the colors are inclusive of people, but I ain't never seen a blue person. I ain't never seen a violet person. So I'm like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, I'm really not a pro. I'm not an activist for gay rights. I'm not. I ain't never marched. I ain't never did none of that. Because at the end of the day, it ain't no different than black people not seeing me because I'm gay, because they don't see Joseph, who happens to be gay. They see gay Joseph. And until they see Joseph, who happens to be gay, they will never be ready to have a conversation. They will never be able to understand it. They will never be able to nothing, because they put my sexuality before me being a black man. And I feel the same way about gay activists. They're only worried about the white people. They're not worried about the black gays. There's bars that we just are not allowed in. Or when we go in there, they're grinding up glass, putting it in our drinks to like fuck us up so we don't come back. So I'm not going marching for gay rights. I'm just not. I'm not. Until everything is all inclusive on both sides, I'm not. But I get the reason why we want flags flown, or we want inclusion in TV and stuff like that. I get it. Because as a little kid, I didn't see me on TV. What I saw was a bunch of queens. And that's what I thought gay was, because I could identify with them, because I knew, well, they like boys and I like boys. So, this must be how I have to act. Now kids have a whole broad spectrum. I think they put too many, really, Tramel? I think they put too many gay characters and stuff. I do. I'm not going to lie. I do. I think it's overkill now. And I'm not beyond reproach when it comes to stuff like that. One or two here and there, fine. But every single thing, Supergirl's sister gotta be a lesbian. This one gotta be a gay lesbian. This one gotta be gay. That one it's like, come on now. Y'all killing it with all of this. It's just overkill now. For me, it's overkill, and I'm gay, child. But I just can't. But that comment about staying in the closet and locking it, oh, baby, I was going to light that bitch up for flames, honey. For flames. Hey, Roxanne. When I saw that in their comment section, I was going to light that bitch up for everything in me. See, that's why I can't have conversations with people like that. Because, see, Tremelo sit there and go, well, he would have to talk to ignorance and blah, blah, blah. I don't have time for that shit, bitch, because it's just some things you should fucking know. Period. And if you don't know, bitch, I'm the one to correct you and bring you to the light, because I'm not going to sit there with your bullshit and pacify you and make it right in my mind, because it ain't right. It just ain't right. You ain't that stupid that you shouldn't say shit like that. I don't care if you have an opinion. See, that's where people get it twisted. You can have your opinion and you can say what you want, but don't think that when you say what you want, I'm not going to say what I want. Because just like you trying to make me feel some kind of way, I'm going to make you feel some kind of way. You can't tell me that I can't be who I am when you got 3 baby daddies. You can't. Like, why ain't you married? Why don't you have a husband? Why don't you have a house, a life, a career? No, bitch, you sitting home on welfare with 5 baby daddies, but you want to sit back and say my life is wrong? Really? I got a whole husband.
Shade.
A whole husband and ain't got one kid running around here. I could have had one. And he probably would have been damn near 30 by now. But
The shade of it
come
all.
on. Like, be real. But that's the part, and that's the part that kills me. Y'all want to always point the finger at us and don't. When you go like this is coming back at you. Like, look at you. Look at the things you do. Look at how you carry on. Come on now. Y'all act like I have a problem loving who I want to love. Really? Really? Can you even get somebody to love you? Let's talk about that. Let's address that first. Who can you get to love you? Because clearly Paco, Ray Ray, Pookie, and Raheem didn't. All they left you with was a baby that they don't want because they don't even want you. And let's talk about Pookie, Raheem, and Ray Ray. You ain't shit because you ain't man enough to raise your fucking kids. But you want to talk about me. You want to talk about me, that I'm not a man, but I can live in my truth, walk in my truth, and, let y'all say whatever the fuck y'all want and still hold my head up high and know that I am somebody. I am something special that God created, honey. And y'all still don't know your worth because you run around here robbing people and think that that's the life you have to live.
Ooh, somebody preaching the word today.
But y'all always want to come for us, honey. Y'all always got something to say. Y'all always mad at trans women. Y'all always mad at gay men. Y'all always mad, but we the ones living in our truth. We the ones doing what we want to do and living our lives the way we want to live. Half y'all acting like thugs don't want to do that. But that toxic masculinity, because you scared to be different than your friends, honey, that's why y'all running around here ending up in jail because y'all doing stupid shit because you being forced to do it instead of living your life the way you want to motherfucking live it instead of trying to fit in all the motherfucking time. But you too busy telling us to fit the fuck in. I ain't got to fit in with shit. I am who I am, and if you don't like it, you can kiss my high yellow ass. Yes, I'm feeling very that this morning, honey. This is a rant because I'm feeling very that because I am so sick and tired of people acting like our lives are so fucked up and wrong. I'm sick and tired of it. And meanwhile, you bitches are living in a motherfucking box, 3 deep, in a rat-infested motherfucking apartment, and we out here living our best motherfucking lives. Not all of us. I'm not going to, because all of us don't. And ain't got nothing to say. Like, there's good apples, there's bad apples, so I ain't even going to say that. But the majority of us want more. The majority of us want better for ourselves. Let's talk about some gay men versus some straight black men, honey. And I'm sure there's a big difference between the two, honey. Because we live in our truth. We are who we are. Y'all pretend to be something that you don't really want to be. Because I'm sure there's plenty of women that could talk about how you sat and put your head in their laps or in their little breast and cried like little fucking babies, but then you pretend like you don't. See, me, I ain't got a problem with standing there crying. But if I feel like I want to cry, bitch, I'm going to cry. If I feel like I want to fuck you up, I'm going to fuck you up.
Ooh, the shade of it all.
It's just what it is.
What?
But yet you always try to belittle us, and you always try to make us feel bad, and you always try. But it's our people. Our people do that, and you know why? Because that's what they're taught from their mothers and their fathers in the church.
The conditioning.
It's homegrown, and then when you have a little gay baby, now you're gagging. I partake in making people feel stupid. So now my child is this way. What do? I kick it out and leave it in the street. Really? Is that what you had a baby for? Maybe some of y'all should stop and think before you create a baby. What am I going to do if my baby comes out gay? What am I going to do? Since it's a disability and since we're so wrong and we make choices, why don't you think about what if I have a baby that's blind? Because they can't tell that while the baby's inside of you, I don't believe. They can tell if it's going to be blind. Or what if my baby only develops one arm? What if my baby's heart is on the outside? Am I going to pay all the money to get it fixed so he lives? Or am I going to just leave it there to die? And that's what I want to know. Because, you know, y'all quick to say God don't make a mistake, but y'all have babies that are blind, babies that have 9 fingers and toes, babies that have a heart born on the outside instead of the inside, babies that lungs collapse and they have to do. You have all kind of babies, but God don't make no mistake. So he purposely gave you a fucked up baby. Or the best one I've heard some Christian people say, what was the mother doing? Do you know how that makes a woman feel? That did everything she could to make sure her baby would come out healthy and normal and fine. And then you look at her and say, well, what did you do? What type of bullshit is that? Because God don't make a mistake. I don't believe God make a mistake. Your baby was born with one arm or no arms because that's the way God wanted them to be born. Period. Why it gotta be that the mother did something? Why it gotta be that the father did something? Why can't it just be that's what God's idea of beauty is in that moment when he created that life? Why?
Why?
Because y'all's fucking stupid and y'all sit and believe the shit that these people tell you. Because you know why? Because you weak-minded individuals, that's why. And you ain't got one original thought in your motherfucking head, and anybody can come along and feed you anything. That's why everybody went down to motherfucking Haiti and drank the motherfucking Kool-Aid, because all of y'all was fucking stupid. I am behaving, but I'm sick of these people, child. I'm sick of them. I'm tired. Because y'all act like y'all ain't got one original thought in your motherfucking head, but yet you want to sit and tell me what I should do. Bitch, how about you wash your dirty ass feet? How about you don't go outside with a motherfucking bonnet on your head looking like you just woke up? Because anybody clearly knows if you went outside in your pajamas and a bonnet, you ain't brush your hair, wash your teeth, wash your motherfucking ass. You just got up and went.
Stinking.
And I don't think Monique is wrong. She right. But you know why? These women don't know no better. Let me tell you why. Because they daughter 15, they 35, and the grandmother 45. That's why. Because see, most of us, our grandmothers was well in her 50s when we was born. Our mothers was well into their late 20s, early 30s when we were born. Nowadays, not these people. My mother was 23 when I was born. 26 when my sister was born. Ain't nothing wrong with having a baby. But I'm saying that, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong. If you had a baby at 15, that's not the point I'm trying to make. Well, that is the point I'm trying to make if you're going to look at me and say I have a problem being gay, because, bitch, I think it's a problem that you had a baby at 14 and 15. Yes, it is, because, you know, you shouldn't do other things with your life than getting fucked. But, you know, you want to talk about gay people and what we do. But that's a whole nother story. Ain't nothing wrong with it. What I'm saying is that the generations now are younger, so they can't educate the way the older generations were educated. My grandmother had lived a full life by the time I came along. When your grandmother ain't lived a full life, what can she possibly really tell you? Your mom can't really tell you much because they ain't lived a full life. That's the only point I'm trying to make as to why these bonnets and bathrobes and I saw a dude do it. Me and Tremel saw, but well before Monique said anything, we saw this dude with some bare fucking slippers on in a robe crossing the street. I said, Tremel, do you see what he got on? He must have just got out of the bed and said, the store's across the street. Let me just go across the street and what I got on and just go to the store. Like you could throw on a t-shirt and some sweats and go to the store and some sneakers or flip-flops even. But you want to come outside in a bathrobe and bare claw slippers that you got from Walmart. Because I saw them in Walmart. So that's how I know he got them in Walmart. Because they was really bear claws, like a bear with little toes on the end. But you a thug. Mm-hmm. But you run around the house in little bear claw slippers.
Yeah, Crocs.
You a thug. And you wearing Crocs with little designs in them. Really? These thugs nowadays, honey, I know thugs, honey. Back in my day, a thug was a thug, honey, where you look at them the wrong way and they slap the shit out of you like, what the fuck you looking at? You little girls now, honey, and yes, I said girls, because that's what you are, girls. You want to jump people. You can't even fight on your own. You want to rile up all your little girlfriends to come jump a bitch. Bad bitches will just beat your ass in front of everybody.
They want to shoot the girl.
Not you little girls nowadays. Y'all want to jump people. You want to shoot people. You want to stab people. And for no reason. It's one thing if a bitch did something to you that warranted that. I'm all for the violence, bitch. But, if you just trying to prove a point, punch a bitch in the face and see what happens. No, but y'all can't do that. Because y'all ain't really thugs. Y'all being forced to be thugs. Because that ain't the life you really want to live. That's just the life they're telling you have to live, and you're falling for it. Jomel, what the hell are you over there doing? Hey, Christine. Hey, Patricia. Hey, let me see your transcript. Hey, Closet Tour. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Shalene. No, Shalene, nobody pissed me off. I just, it's just a bunch of bent up frustration because of the things I see, because it's Pride Month. So people are posting Pride stuff, and of course, the idiots are talking. And it just makes me mad because I'm like, come on now. We live our lives and we don't bother nobody. Why can't you just live and let live? But people can't do that. People just cannot live and let live. They want to have an opinion about my life, but they don't have an opinion about their life. You want to have a positive influence on me by changing me straight, but you didn't have a positive influence on your daughter telling her to keep her motherfucking legs closed, and it's her 5th abortion and she only 14. But you want to have a positive influence on me. Bitch, please, your priorities are fucked up. You more worried about my life than you are your own child. And I'm tired of it. Because, we sit back and play nice all the time. We got to always play nice. We got to be nice. Don't say that. No, I'm going to say it all. Because that's what we say when we amongst ourselves. We laugh at how stupid the fuck y'all are. And I don't mean everybody. I don't mean everybody. I mean, the ones I'm talking to. We laugh at how stupid you are. That you wanna sit back and control our lives, but your whole life is out of whack. But you don't see that. You don't see your whole life is falling apart in front of you. You just want to talk about the fact that I'm married to a man. Keyword, married. Where's your husband?
Or wife.
Or wife. Where they at? Please, show me. Show me where your wife and husband at.
Right. Where they at?
Mm-hmm. Because I found me a whole man to marry me that loved me. And he found a man to marry him that loved him. Joe Mel. It just becomes real monotonous around this time because everybody's posting Pride stuff, and then you have to read the negativity and see the negativity, and it just builds up. It becomes frustration. Like, what the fuck? Like, damn, y'all that pressed? You supposed to be so straight and living your best life, but you worried about mine. You worried about what I'm doing. And especially the men. Like, why you worried about what I'm doing, bitch? You supposed to be straight. You should be focusing that. If you focus the same attention that you have on gay men or women, maybe you could find you a wife. Maybe you could find a woman to make you happy. But you so focused on us that you can't even do that. You worried about what we doing. You worried about how we rolling and what we doing. And half of y'all, we'll start a trend today, and 2 years from now, y'all will start doing the same thing we done finished doing and claim that y'all created some new style. But, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Get him, Trinell, because he's getting on my nerves.
Baba. Where Baba?
Hey, Uncle. Melissa, I'm just frustrated. I'm just really, no one particular person pissed me off or nothing happened to make me mad. What happened is I'm tired of seeing all this negative stuff.
Joseph,
What?
let them know that with the bonnet situation. It's not about you wearing a bonnet. It's about you looking presentable when you go out. It's okay if you wear a bonnet as long as you look presentable.
Look, the whole bonnet situation,
Because-
Tramel, like somebody said, because they was like, well, jump on men for wearing do-rags. But when men wear do-rags, 9 times out of 10, they're dressed. They have on clothes. They're not outside in pajamas and flip-flops or a big T-shirt, and they don't have no underclothes on under their clothes. Like, I don't understand. If you want to wear a bonnet, then damn it, wear a bonnet. But at least make it cute. At least when you put it on, pull it back. At least let it match what you have on.
Right.
Don't be having on no orange bonnet and some purple outfit. That
Right.
don't. I mean, unless you want to be considered the Joker. I mean, believe me. And see, I don't know why people be acting oblivious to this. Because y'all all see women like that. We all live in that type of environment, or we've been in that type of environment. And we seen them, and the first thing that came in our head is, why that bitch come outside looking like that? You don't even sit there and lie and say you didn't do it, because you did. So don't act like Monique said something different that all the rest of us was thinking. She said what she said out loud. And that's the problem that Black people have with a lot of things we do. Once a person says out loud what we all been thinking, it becomes, oh, I don't believe they said that.
How dare she?
Why?
How dare she say
Why?
that? That's really
You've been
weird.
thinking the same thing she said out loud. So because she said it out loud makes it wrong. You all know you have seen a woman come outside. And men, I ain't going to just put it, but men don't wear bonnets. Well, some don't. But the majority of the time, because somebody said, well, what about men wearing do-rags? Okay, but most of the time when a man have on a do-rag, it's black, or it matches his clothes,
She got on a white beater.
or he got on a wife beater and some sweats, or he got on something, and it don't make him look like a bum. It don't make him look like he just woke up out of bed and just went in the street. Y'all be in bathrobes. People post pictures of people like that in the street and make fun of the pictures. Say one thing nice. And then you sitting there like, oh, that's a nice can of soup in the background. Y'all be acting see, that's what blows me, honey. Y'all be acting like y'all all oblivious to shit, and you know damn well you sit there and look at some of these women, because it ain't like we all live in white suburbia. Because even if we do, we go to the hood because we know people that live in the hood. And let's be real with it. It's hood bitches. I mean, be real with it. Say the truth. Tell the truth. And you know, you look at them and you have something to say negative in your head. You are not looking at her going, I'm sure she's the CEO of a company. I know she's the CEO. She's gonna be the next president. No, you ain't never looked at nobody with no bonnet on their head in a bathrobe and thought that. So let's be realistic, honey. Let's be realistic. Now, if you did, you are 1 in a million. 1 in a million that said, oh, she's the next Kamala Harris. Right. I'm sure you did. Because, see, if something happened in the neighborhood, guess who the first person the news team going to run up to? The woman in the bonnet. The woman in the bathrobe, and then you're gonna have something to say. Why they always gotta run up to those people? Why they always gotta go to those people? They don't never go to Black people that look decent. They don't never go to Black people that can speak properly. They go to all the worst ones they can find in the street and want to interview them to make us look bad. You don't say that. You don't say that when you see certain people being interviewed on the news. I'm waiting.
Stories.
I'm waiting.
You just telling stuff.
I'm waiting. I don't see nobody typing I'm wrong in the chat.
The shade of it
Yeah,
all.
Miss Betty, and you're right, because that's another thing that pisses me off. Seeing these men with their asses hanging out from under their goddamn pants. Yes, that pisses me off too. And then they want to get mad when I'm looking at all that fat little juicy ass, honey. You giving the gays a reason to want to be with you, honey.
Right.
Because contrary to popular belief, we do have a piece and most of us use it.
Okay.
I'm not mad. I mean, I'm mad at it because I don't like the way it looks and I think it makes us look stupid. But at the same time, I embrace it because I'm like, yes, honey. Yes.
Like.
You know, it's no different than a woman wearing tight pants and men looking at her going, damn, she got a fat ass. We do the same thing. You want to hang it off, you know, you got it from jail because that's how the queens let the men know what was up. They wore their pants under their butt to let them know what was up. And now all y'all want to do it. So you want to show it, to me? But please, if you're going to do that, I prefer you don't do it and wear a belt.
Man.
Especially when you do it in skinny jeans because it looks utterly ridiculous.
Right.
But if you're going to do it, please make sure there are no shit stains in your drawers and that you have on a clean pair every day. Because the worst thing is to see somebody with a pair of white drawers and a brown stain because I've seen it.
With paint.
I've seen it. Shit all up and through the motherfucking drawer. Like, for what? Like, at that point, don't nobody want to see that.
And stinking.
Don't nobody want to see that. You want to show somebody your shitty ass.
Ew.
Child, the only thing you showing us is that you don't clean your dirty ass. And child, if you like the boy that say he don't separate his ass cheeks in the shower because it's gay, child, I can only imagine what's crawling in between them cheeks.
Oh no.
Yes, honey, the boy that say he don't wash his butt and he don't pull his cheeks apart in the shower and wash his little booty hole because it's gay.
Who said that?
Child, this boy a while ago, it went viral, honey, and he was dead serious. He said if a man wash his booty hole, he gay. You don't even separate his ass cheeks for the water to run in between it because it's gay. And the sad part is the dumb ass believes some stupid shit like that.
You got some cheesy cheeks then.
Child, can you imagine what's in between them? My thing is, well, do you wipe your ass? Because you got to go in between it to get to the...
He got cheese whiz, honey.
But he'd be somebody to tell me that I'm wrong for being gay. But when I walk in the room, you smell air freshener. When he walks in the room, I'm sure it smells like a motherfucking zoo.
Yes. Oh, it smells like moosey.
Right.
Like moosey.
And then let's talk about some of these little mini dresses some of y'all wear.
Ooh.
Okay. I don't need you coming to my house, sitting on my couch, and your little cuckoo juice is all over my couch because you don't have on no panties or you have on a thong and some little mini dress because your whole ass is exposed on my couch because once you sit down, the dress is around your waist.
Disgusting.
There's a way to be sexy and there's a way to be slutty. And most of y'all like being slutty. I don't know why. I appreciate a sexy woman. I appreciate a woman that can give me more and give me enough to keep me wanting more. I'd say it all the time. If I was a woman, I'd dress just like her. I love a little slut dress, honey. What?
Talk about the hammer time in your shoe. If you ain't got cute feet, you ain't got no business wearing the sandals and stuff.
Well, I would hope they would know if they ain't got cute feet not to wear sandals, but you know, some of them look like they've been kicking flour, honey.
Yeah, they got
and them heels
and all that stuff.
Them heels look like oatmeal, honey.
It's not cute. It's not cute, honey. Cover those things up.
Yes, honey. Lisa, I'm going off today just for you. Because I know when you like when I read. Oh, because it's just too much. I can't. And like, I just, oh my God. See, that's why y'all see, I post on Facebook and I leave. Or I'll repost stuff and I go because I can't. Because I just look at stuff and I see things and I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Tremel was right about when I turned 50.
I told you.
Because I see things now and it like makes it totally clear to me. I see people and I'm like, oh my God, they're so insecure.
Right.
And you wouldn't think that they were insecure, but they are extremely insecure. And I'm just sitting there like,
I told you.
Maybe that's what Tremel was talking about when I turned 50. I was going to have a different kind of clarity because I'm like, child, for real?
You're starting to see stuff, right?
I'm like, child.
You starting to see stuff, right?
And just certain things that like I was oblivious to before. It just becomes clear to me, like, you know,
Yeah.
what the real situation is. Yes, you got me in the office dying laughing. Hey, Tanika. I can give sexy covered up 90%. Roxanne, yes, I agree with you. There are 90% of being sexy is the whole attitude. Cause I have seen people trying to be sexy and I sit back and laugh at them and be like, you look a whole fool, child.
Yeah.
You look a whole fool. It ain't even cute what you doing and what you like. I've watched people try to be sexy. And it's just hilarious to me. Sexy is an attitude. Sexy is a feeling, is a mood. You don't have to try to be. It is what it is. Like, I've seen women walk in a room and I'm like, damn, she is sexy. Like, and it's not, she could have on a gown. And I'm like, damn, she's sexy. And it's just an attitude. It's a mood. It's a feeling.
Yeah.
It's not something that you can just do.
It's visual, darling.
Right. It's like it's visual and everything from her head to her baby toe is just sexy. She just giving you sex without even trying.
She smells
and
like
she can be fully covered up.
Talk like it.
Fully covered up. People say it about me that I ooze sex. I'm like, child, please. They're like, no,
they say I have a sexy walk.
And I'm like, okay, whatever.
Right,
they're like, no, Joseph, you don't understand. You just ooze sex. I'm like, okay,
whatever. Don't they say I have a sexy
No,
walk?
you have a nasty walk, Tramel. There's a difference between sexy and nasty. That walk is nasty.
It is not nasty.
It's a nasty walk. I caught him on camera, y'all. Only person that I've sent it to is Tyrone and Famous, honey. He saw it and he said, yeah, Joseph, you're right. Your husband got a nasty walk. Oh, I forgot. I was supposed to find it and send it to Roxanne.
Shade of it all.
Because I had to catch him when he didn't know. Because if he knew, he wasn't going to walk that way.
What way?
The way that you walk.
Oh, my Jesus.
Right, Melissa, sexiness is exuded. It's not something you could put on. Like, I see people.
I think my walk is sexy.
And I'm like, girl, what are you doing? That ain't sexy. You look like you picking your teeth. Like, come on.
Somebody's world up
it just don't. I don't know. People don't understand. People don't understand that sexy is just something that is. If it ain't in you, it ain't in you. Because everybody ain't sexy. Just like everybody ain't cute. Everybody ain't fine.
Right,
Everybody don't have that sexiness about them.
Right. Accept it.
It's what it is. And everybody ain't supposed to have it. Child, if we all had that sexy, honey, we'd be screwing like rabbits all the time because we'd all be turned on.
Right. I used to have that when I was in my 30s.
Tramel, according to the men on Facebook, you still have it, honey.
Really?
Yes.
Ew.
It's just,
I'm very popular on Facebook.
I just, it just is what it is. Joseph Reds today was very that. That's why I didn't come yesterday, because I wasn't feeling all of this yesterday. And I know y'all like when I really rant and give y'all something to think about and laugh at. And more so, and I know I make it funny, but at the same time, it's really something for people to think about and, really gain from, not just to be sitting here making y'all laugh to laugh. It's really something to make y'all think about.
Each one teach one.
Because I think Lisa, she put up a post that somebody said, what's his Gabrielle and what's his LeBron? What's his name? What's her husband's name, Tramel?
Who?
Gabrielle Union.
Oh, Dwayne Wade.
Dwayne Wade. They put a picture of his daughter and they put a picture of Myrtle Urkel. Now, I'm not going to lie. When I looked at the picture, I laughed. I said, no, I did. They said Dwayne Wade's daughter is out here looking like Myrtle Urkel. One, I was glad they said daughter, because I said, okay, at least you gendering her the right way. She want to be gendered. But when I looked at it, I laughed a little bit, because I ain't going to lie. She did look like Myrtle Urkel. She did. But then, because I'm from that world, I was like, honey, y'all can laugh now. I said, but that girl got a lot of money, honey. I said, and when she comes into her age and comes together, y'all are going to be the one gagging. I said, because I already know. That Carter is going to get pulled. Everything is going to be so on point. Y'all better hope she don't become a top model, honey, because she's going to be snatched to oblivion when the time comes. Mm-hmm. And then I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, how many little girls really were all that pretty when they were little? Most little girls that, quote unquote, you would consider ugly were the ones that grew up to be these beautiful women. And you like, girl, that's you. And the ones that were pretty were the ones that grew up and you'd be like, damn, bitch, that's you. You know, it always worked in reverse. Like all the pretty little girls that everybody, oh my God, she's so pretty. She's so beautiful. And when they got older, it was like, well, damn, bitch, what happened to her? She had a hard life. And then most of the little girls that was just very, she's cute, you know. Yeah, they got passed over by all the boys. When they get older, them bodies sprout out, them faces change, and they become, damn, bitch, I should have talked to you back when. Yeah, because now she is a beauty queen and the one that you was chasing after look a hot mess. See, that's kind of a blessing in disguise, because that shows you that people left the one that they thought wasn't the most pretty alone, and she was able to develop and get her life together and do what she wanted to do. And the one that was pretty was too busy going to parties and partying and living her life, honey, and that's why she look a mess now. And the one that was the most, not the most attractive one, is now put her next to the pretty one, and you like, wait a minute, what the hell happened here? What the hell? I know plenty of girls like that I grew up with, and they weren't the best looking when we were little, and now they are child. They can walk down any runway because they are the most prettiest things on the planet, and the pretty ones that everybody was falling out over. You'd be like, damn, bitch, was she on drugs? Did she have a hard life? Like, what the hell happened to her? Yeah, I know plenty of them like that. Lisa, she did look like Murder Urkel, and that dress was given very. But I, for one, I know that 9 times out of 10, she's gonna become friends with Miss E.J. Johnson, and we know Miss E.J. don't play when it comes to the fashion, honey. And Miss Gabrielle is gonna get her little design team together because Miss Gabrielle, she dresses very well. I just think right now, because she's young, is giving very, what would I put my young daughter in type tease, because you don't want to make her too sexy because then people really going to have something to say. But at the same time, my thing is making her look like a Pentecostal little girl going to church ain't cute either. But you got to find that fine line. And a lot of times I know, see, I don't know how it works with kids. I don't know how they do it with kids. I know with adults, they make you live a year as a woman before any kind of hormonal treatments or anything. And I that would be really hard for me, because if you can't pass, that's a hard life, to be walking down the street and people just automatically know your tea because they're going to talk about you and they're going to look at you crazy. And I think that's why they do it, to let them know that, you know, if in your mind you don't look the way you want to look, but this is how you look, are you going to be able to deal with that? And y'all know I've told y'all that I lived my life as a woman for like 6 months, and I used to get in and out of drag and things like that before I started living my life and taking hormones and all that other stuff. And if you don't know, I'll tell that story another time. But it's hard. It's hard. Luckily for me, I was passable, and people thought when I wasn't in drag that I was a girl. So in drag was just even better. But it's not cute when people know your tea, because they stand there and talk about you. And then it's like, you're not going to really say nothing because you got a crowd of people around that are agreeing with them and laughing with them, and now you're the butt of the joke. It happened to me one time. I ain't gonna lie. That was my worst nightmare come true, when I got spooked by some woman on the train, on a D train at that. Yes. She said, I don't know who that man think he fooling. I said, I know that bitch ain't talking to me. But she was. But it ain't, it didn't stop me. It was just like, okay, well now I got to step up my game, because I went out. I had my hair just brushed back. I had, I was feeling it, honey. I was feeling like I was the essence of puss. I had me a little hormone shot, and it must have went to my head. And I was like, child, I'm a woman, honey. And I just put on a little foundation, a little eyeliner, and a little lip, honey. And I went out in the street, and she figured it out, and I gagged, But it was what it was. It didn't stop me because that's who I thought I was at the time. It is what it is. But see, because I've walked in those shoes, I can understand what it's like for them. I understand what it's like to do that and have people stare at you or look at you, or men come up to you and start talking to you, and then you're like, oh my God, what you try to brush them off, leave you the hell alone, and they steady talking to you, and you acting like, I feel for women with that, because y'all will brush a man off like, I don't want to be bothered, without saying I don't want to be bothered, and they still stand there and talk to you. Like, there was this one guy I will never forget. I was meeting my friends at West 4th. If you know New York, you know West 4th is where to get to the village. So I'm on the train, and that was when Mary J. Blige came out with, was it Reminisce, or You Remind Me, when she had the ponytail and the hat. So I felt very, I didn't feel like putting on no wig. I didn't feel like gluing no hair to my head. So I had a baseball cap. I cut a hole in it, and I put all these spiral curls coming out the top. I was giving my inner Mary, honey. Painted my face, looking good, honey. Put on my little outfit, got my little Louis Vuitton bag, and went out for the night to meet my friend. I'm on the train minding my business. I took a book, to pretend like I was reading so that, I wasn't giving too much eye contact to anybody because I was by myself. It was late at night, and I was on probably the D train or the F train going to the village. Child, one boy got on the train. He sat across from me. And now y'all know I was in the little, on the side in the little two-seater, where the conductor be. I was on that two-seater right there. And he went in front of me on the other two-seater across. I'm painting a picture for y'all. So I'm pretending like I'm reading my book, but really I'm just paying attention to everything around me without looking. But I could feel him staring at me. So I'm like, oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Please not tonight, Lord. I'm not in the mood. Because I could just feel him staring at me. Then here he goes. Hey, pretty lady, how you doing? I said, oh, Jesus. So I answered him back, and we started talking, having a conversation. He kept asking me where I was going. I should come chill with him because he had a five. I was like, nah, I got to meet my friends. And, that was really before cell phones was a thing. So I'm like, nah, I got to meet my friends, and it wouldn't be fair. They're meeting me, and we're going out to eat. So he's like, well, where you getting off the train? I'm like, oh, child, if I say West 4th Street, he might put two and two together. I said, oh, I'm getting off at West 4th, and then we walking down to BBQ's, and we got, when BBQ's was down there before they moved it, I said, we going to BBQ's, and we just going to chill and have dinner and blah, 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 blah. Well, I want to come. I said, no, that won't, no. So he was like, what do you mean? I said, because I don't know you. And so now I gotta play stupid little shy girl because I'm really sitting there like giving him to leave me alone, but he ain't getting to leave me alone because I'm talking to him, but I'm like looking back at the book. So finally he's like, you really, because his stop was before mine. So he was like, you really don't want to come? You don't want to chill? I was like, no. Well, can I give you my number? I said, if you want to. So he was like, are you going to call it? I said, if you give it to me, if you take the time to write it, I'll call. I had no intention on calling this man, child. Though a part of me at some point thought that he figured out my tea. I kind of think he knew, but I wasn't going to tell him, and I was not then and there, no. So he gave me his number. He got off the train, and I was like, bye. Child, I crumpled that number up, honey. Did I put it? I put it in my bag because people was looking. So I put it in my bag, but I ain't never called him. I ain't never, no child. I wasn't, no ma'am. But I know how women feel. I do, because when y'all trying to blow a man off and he just don't get it, and you like leave me alone without saying leave me alone, and they just insistent upon talking to you, and you like trying to be nice, but at the same time you like mad, like nigga, leave me alone. I get it. And then you don't want to say that because you could be dealing with a cuckoo, and then they decide to just go off like, "Who you think you are? You ain't better than me." And blah, blah, blah. So I get it. I sympathize with y'all when it comes to that, honey, because I've experienced it. Then when I come out of my face, right, Melissa. And see, I wasn't trying to. I wasn't trying to do. As much as I want to say, nigga, leave me alone. Don't you see me reading this book? I was like, no, let's just play shy and coy, honey. Let's just play shy and coy. It worked. It got rid of him. And then I told my friends, I said, child, y'all ain't gonna believe what just happened to me. And of course, them dancing around, because you real, bitch, you real, you look real. I'm like, girl, child, listen. Child, I could tell y'all some stories, honey, of how women just hated on me. One girl wanted to fight me. And I'm like, you don't want to fight me. And she was like, I don't know who you think you are, sitting there thinking you all that. Bitch, you ain't shit. And I said, just like this, I said, I'm going to tell you one more time. I don't think you want to fight me. Bitch, I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck you up. I said, no, you won't. Yes, I will. Get the fuck up. I said, you really won't fuck me up because I'm a man. She gagged. She gagged, and her friends was like, oh, well, honey, that bitch is all that if that's a man, honey, because she look good. I said, yeah, bitch, you feel stupid now, don't you? She was ready to fight me for no reason, because I was sitting on the train, sucking on my lollipop. I just had my hair done, honey. I had just with the beautician. I had me an asymmetrical bob that was spray painted lilac, honey, and it was blonde and black and sprayed lilac on the black, honey. She couldn't take it. She couldn't take the essence of me, honey. I had my Louis Vuitton bag. I had my bracelets up my wrist. I had my big bamboo earrings down to my shoulders. And that bitch couldn't take it, honey. And she wanted to fight me because she just did not feel the essence of Miss motherfucking Keylonta, honey. And I had to let her know, girl, you don't want to fight me because you already lost. Because I'm a man, bitch. And I will beat you into the next day. I'm really not trying to beat you into the next day, girl. Because you know me, I like hooked nails. So I had my nails on, and they was all hooked over like claws. I like them claw nails. And I'm like, and then I had my shirt buttoned all the way down here, and I was giving you cleavage until she wasn't ready, honey. And see, that's the thing. I don't understand why women get so in what's the word I'm looking for? They get so angry at other women that think they the shit. Like, I was sitting there minding my business talking to my friends. Like, you know, you can't take it. That's your problem. You don't like the way I look. You don't like the way I smell. Because I was smelling like a daisy, honey. I was giving it that day, honey. I had on my little Reeboks with my little ankle sock. Child, I was giving it. It was summertime. So I was serving you, honey. I had the little baby powder on my bosom. I was giving you ghetto girl extraordinaire, honey. 1989 with my big earrings and my salt and pepper do, honey. No, my do was more like MC Lights back then when she had the asymmetrical with the piece in the back. Yes, that's what I was giving, honey. And Christine, my name was Keylonta. I had a ghetto name because I couldn't decide if I wanted my name to be Keisha or Yolanda. So I combined the two and came up with Keylonta. Yes, honey. Yes, Monte, my Reeboks classic. I sure did. And sometimes because, child, I'm 6'3". My foot is the size 13, honey. When I had to actually buy a pump, I had to buy a size 15. Like, you got to go to a special store for that. Sometimes in my mind, I'm like, how do people think? Like nowadays, because there's a lot of real women that are my height and body size, it's easy. It would be way easier for me in my mind to pass now than it would back then. Because back then, women came a dime a dozen that big back in them days. Nowadays, yes, there's plenty of girls big as me and tall as me. I've met quite a few that can look me eye to eye, and we probably weigh about the same amount. But back then, it was like I was one of maybe 5 or 10. But people, I was very real. I was very passable. I sang in church in the old. Oh, Lord, gonna get me, honey. I was asked to sing at a wedding, honey, and I had to do it as a woman, and I did it. Child, I just said, I told my mother, I said, Ma, the church is going to come crashing down on me when I walk in here as a woman, honey. Oh, I'm sure it's still on video someplace, honey. It's on video somewhere, honey. And it was so, child, I looked so good. A lesbian was trying to pick me up that day. I told my boyfriend, I said, if you don't keep her away from me, honey, because she caught me by myself coming from the bathroom, and she was like, I'm going to put it on you. I said, well, you can't put it on me, girl. Trust me. I'll put it on you. What you mean by that? I said, nothing. Excuse me, I got to go. Child. Oh my God, the stories I could tell y'all. The stories I could tell y'all about that time in my life. It was amazing. Like, I don't regret it. I don't. I wasn't happy, and I did it because, again, that's what church made me feel like I had to do. Because, they kept telling me I was wrong for looking like this, like it meant. So I put in my mind as a child that I'll grow up and become a woman because women can like men. And when I went out to a gay club and I saw transsexuals, I said, oh my God, this could really happen. And I jumped on the opportunity to do it because that's what I embedded in my head as a child, that I was going to grow up and be a girl because girls like boys. So I was miserable because it wasn't who I truly felt like I was on the inside. I was just trying to make the outside match what I felt on the inside, but it wasn't a feeling of being in the wrong body. It was a feeling of I like men. So in my thought process of thinking that was going to make me happy, it actually made me miserable because it just wasn't who I was. It wasn't. I don't regret it at all. It was a part of my life that up to a certain point, I enjoyed it. And then when it just became too much is when I just was like, I can't do this. I got to figure out, I went to therapy. I did all of that because I'm like, this was supposed to make me happy. It's making me want to kill myself. What is wrong with me? And then I really evaluated. I said, I don't feel like I'm a girl. I don't feel like I was born in the wrong body. I don't feel like, I didn't feel that. I just knew that I got in drag and it was over for me. And I could have all the boys that I liked, all the thugs. And, this is what I said in my head that I was going to grow up to do. And I'm doing it. But it wasn't who I was. When I was able to accept the fact that you are a gay man and you are like men and God don't hate you or love you no more, no less because of it, live your life. And that's when I became truly happy. And I was 25 years old when that happened. So I say that to say, like, sometimes people got to go through things and do things for themselves. You can sit and tell them my mother wasn't happy. My mother stopped talking. She hated the fact that that's what I wanted to do. And I wanted to be a girl. And that was her biggest thing. I don't care if you gave, but don't come home wearing dresses. And guess what I did? Because, child, when I brought that Janet Jackson Pleasure Principle wig, honey, you couldn't tell me I wasn't Miss Janet Jackson, honey. It just, and I try to tell people, like, you want to sit and think that church is helping me by telling me you're going to hell, change. I never felt nothing was wrong. church, put me in the mindset to become a girl. It didn't make me want to stop liking men. It made me say, oh, well, I'll grow up and be a girl since I like boys. Nobody ever made me feel wrong for how I felt on the inside as far as being gay and liking boys. I've never felt that that was an issue or a problem or it was wrong or it was anything like. I never felt that. Never, 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 not one time in my life. I felt it was wrong because I was a boy. So if I can't like boys as a boy, then I can like boys as a girl. Now, you talking about a 6, 7-year-old thinking that. The church put in a 6 or 7-year-old's head, because it was around that age, to turn into a girl, as opposed to what they were trying to do and make me feel bad and say, well, let me go like women and let me go be with a woman. No, you made me want to be a woman because I never felt anything inside of me what I felt was wrong. And that's why I try to tell people, when you call yourself helping me, when in actuality you were hurting me. You put me in a whole situation where the day I decided to change my life, I wanted to kill myself. I was going to kill myself that day. And I said, and all I kept hearing in my head was my grandmother going, Jojo, you tried your way, now try God's way. You tried your way, now try God's way. And I looked in the window and I told God, I said, I'm giving you 24 hours. Fix it. Because if you don't fix it, I'm going to kill myself. And when I look you face to face, you can't hold me accountable because I know what the Bible says. And if it's true, I can't be forgiven of suicide. But I'm telling you to fix it. And if you don't fix it and we see face to face before it's my time, you can't hold me accountable for this. And he fixed it. I didn't wake up the next day feeling magical or nothing like that. I didn't. I ain't even gonna lie. I went to bed miserable and I woke up different. I'm not gonna say miserable. I woke up different. I didn't feel different, but I was different. I don't know how to tell you how I was. Well, I could tell you one thing. The first thing I will always do is looking at, because my headboard had a mirror on it. And the first thing when I wake up, I will wake up because hormones normally would really take effect when you go to sleep. So the first thing I would do is wake up to look at my face and look at my skin and see if it was softening me up. I woke up that day, I got out of bed, I took a shower, I cooked me some breakfast, and then it dawned on me, I said, I didn't look in the mirror. So I was like, okay. I found it odd, but and even when I realized I didn't look in the mirror, I didn't go look in the mirror. And like the rest of the next day and the day after that and the day after that, little things started changing about me as far as my thinking process of what's going on. I threw away my makeup. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, oh my God, I look like a lesbian. Because I had all this hair. And my eyebrows was plucked like McDonald's arches, honey. And I didn't have no facial hair. And I went to the barbershop. I called my mother. I said, I need you to do me a favor. And she said, what? Because, she wasn't having no parts of that. I said, I need you to do me a favor. Come get me. Why? I said, Ma, just come get me, please. And she was like, okay. Because she wasn't mean, but she just didn't want to be bothered. And it was what it was. We had our little battle with it and whatever. So I respected what she said, and she respected what I said, and that's what it was. So I made her take me to the barbershop, and I sat in a chair, and I told the barber, I said, okay, what I need you to do is I need a haircut. And he said, what do you want? I said, a Caesar. He said, girl, why you cutting up all your hair? I said, because I'm not a girl. Child, all he did was zip, and I was bald as I am right now. When I said I'm not a girl, he said zip and cut it all off. And my mother was shocked when she saw me come out of the barbershop. She was like, I just wanted to get rid of it. It was blonde. It was dead. I needed, because I didn't tell her nothing. And then when Christmas came, I said, because I was looking for a new job because I had lost my job. Not because of that, but because the job had closed down. So we all lost our jobs. And I said, Ma, I don't have a gift for you because I ain't working. I said, but they do have a gift. And she said, what? I said, well, Kilonda has been laid to rest. She moved to Malibu. She married a white man named Bob, and she has 2 kids. So you don't have to worry about seeing her no more. And she said, what? I said, you heard me. She married a white man, moved to Malibu, and she has 2 mulatto kids now. She's never coming back. She was like, are you for real? I said, yes, I'm for real. Why you think I made you take me to get a haircut? I said, I just wanted to make sure before I told you that this was something that I really wanted to do. And she's like, oh my God, you made me so happy. But, you know, and then we had a conversation about why I did it in the first place. And, you know, as a mother, she's like, I'm sorry you went through that. I'm sorry church made you feel like that. That's not what God's love is about. I was like, Ma, I know that now. I said, but as a kid, I said, that brainwashing they try to do, I said, it didn't have the effect that they thought it was. I said, they made me want to be something that I never felt I was. I was like, and I had to do that because in my mind, that was going to make me happy. That was going to make me, I said, it made me miserable because I was living a life that wasn't meant to be for me. I said, now other people that feel that way, that they trapped in the wrong body, I get it. I said, but for me, that just wasn't my story. It just wasn't my story. It was because I was brainwashed into believing that I couldn't be a boy and love boys. That something was wrong with me because of that. And I didn't think nothing was wrong with me because of that. So I said, okay, I'll turn into a girl. Not knowing that it was possible. Not knowing, never ever seeing a trans woman in my life. But I just, in my mind, said, I'm going to be a girl. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I didn't, I just, it was in my mind. It was when I grow up, I'm going to be a girl. And I've never seen a trans woman at that point in my life. So I didn't know it was possible until I went out. And they was like, you know those are men, right? I said, what's a man? And they was pointing out different trans women to me. And I was like, oh. And they didn't know. They didn't know that I had put that in my head. Only I knew that. I never verbally said that to anybody. But in my mind, I'm like a kid in a candy store. Like, oh my God, it's really possible. I can really do this. Because, you know, I came out and I felt that was enough. Coming out and accepting that, yeah, saying I'm gay finally. But when I saw that, it just put me back in the headset. Oh my God, I could really be a girl. They have breasts, they have hips and ass, and they look amazing, and you can't even tell, and I can be that. And it wasn't who I was. So I say that to say sometimes we need to let people walk in their own path if they really, really not doing something to hurt themselves, because you never know why a person is doing what they're doing. And in the process of you trying to hurt them, you help them, you're hurting them because you don't know what's going through their mind. Logically, they thought they were making me feel like convicting me to feel bad and change. But realistically, the only change I wanted to make was to be a girl so that I could like boys. Because the feeling to like boys was so strong that it didn't feel wrong to me. Keilonda. Kilonda. Yes, Tanika, I was the plus size doll before you. Because I'm older than you. I know I am. I was the plus size doll before you. I have a friend that has pictures of me back then. And occasionally he'll send them to me. And he'll be like, hey, Ma, how's Kilonda? And he'll send my phone a picture. And I'm like, yeah, these were the days, honey. Like, I was a bad child. Let me tell you something. Honey, if I would have kept going, y'all couldn't take it. Like Trembell say, the girls can't take me. Yes, honey. If I would have kept going, first of all, this microphone probably would have sat on my boobs because I wanted big, humongous boobs. Like, I wanted my name to be Wendy Whoppers because I wanted tits out to here. Like, I wanted a humongous chest. I didn't care about ass. I don't know why. I guess that was the white in me, that I just wanted big boobs. I really didn't care about a butt because I ain't got no ass. Eventually, I would have had to get some. But in my mind, I just wanted big boobs. I just really wanted big boobs. And it's just funny to me. It was just fun. I have some pictures. Well, I only have 2 pictures of me in my phone. But my friend Michael, honey, he got a whole plethora of pictures, child. Matter of fact, actually, I got 3 pictures of me in my phone. But Michael has a bunch of pictures of me that he uses as ammunition every now and then, and sends it to my phone. Tells me he's gonna expose me. But I'm not. Let me tell you something. If I was ashamed of it, I wouldn't be talking about it. I talk about it because somebody somewhere is going to hear my story and it's going to resonate with them. Whether it resonates to them to live in a truth, or whether it resonates to them and think about why they're doing what they're doing. Because it just is what it is. I'm not ashamed of it. At first I was like when I started dating dudes, that was like a secret. Like, don't tell them I did that. Don't bring up that. And see, Michael, he has a way of doing that. You bring a little boyfriend around and he's like, hey, Kilonda. And I'll be like, bitch, don't do it. Don't do it. Because I don't. Or sometimes on the Facebook post, you'll see people, like there's people that didn't even know who I was like this. And somebody said to somebody, do you know him? And they looked at the picture and looked at the picture. They said, well, I don't know who Jaquan is, because that's what was my name on Facebook at the time. He said, I don't know who Jaquan is, but I know that that's Kilonda, and that bitch votes down, and I like to die. I like to die, because that was their response. It looks like Kilonda, honey, and she votes down. And I'm like, oh, there were people that didn't even know what I looked like this. I probably could walk right past them and they wouldn't know who I was because they only knew her. They didn't know me. And and then there's people that knew both. My friends knew because they would see me like that, well, without minus the facial hair and all of that, but they knew both. They know me both ways. So they know. And my best friend knows, and we joke about it all the time. And, I don't, anything I've done in my life, I'm not ashamed of or I'm not embarrassed of because it was always the learning lesson that I learned from. I mean, there's some things that I don't regret. I just wish they didn't happen. I don't view it as regret because I've learned something from every single thing that I've been through in my life. I have learned something and it's made me a stronger person, or it is giving me more compassion, or it's giving me a better understanding of something. So I don't regret anything. Some things I could have done without, but other things I'm like, you know what? I learned from it. And if I didn't go through that, then I wouldn't be the person I am today. And sometimes that's why you gotta let a lot of things from your past go. And that's when I was able to let things go. When I realized that the things that I sat around and was like, damn, I shouldn't have did that. Damn, they made a fool out of me. And I'm so stupid. And I'm so this and I'm so that. I had to let that go. But in order to let it go, I had to realize in every one of those situations, it was a reason. It was something that I've learned or something that I've got from it that helped me grow as a person. And I promise you, as soon as I saw it that way, I let all of that go. I let all that baggage go. And it was like the most freeing thing on the planet. It was. It was like when I realized that, one, there was nothing I can do about things that already happened. Two, I went through all of that. I experienced all of that for a reason. Three, I evaluated what I learned from the situation or what happened because of the situation or how did I benefit from the situation. And then I was able to let it go because it was clear to me why those things happen. See, a lot of times we dwell in the past because we want to know why. Why did I do this? Why was I so stupid? Why? In some situations, you'll never know why until you sit down and break it down in your head and say, you know what? That's why that happened. Yeah, I might have did some stupid. Yeah, I was stupid in the situation. But it taught me when this next person came along not to do that again and not to act that way and not to react the way I did before. So that's why I went through it the last time and let it go. Just let it go after that. There's no reason to hold on to it no more because you got your why. You figured out what the situation was, why it was, and everything is for a reason. Hey, Miss MW50. Everything is for a reason. Trust me. Nothing. I'm a firm believer in nothing happens or nothing no person, no situation. Everything comes into your life for a reason. What that reason is, we might not know automatically, but eventually it will show you what the reason is. And at that point, either you gonna hold on to it or let it go. Sometimes it's meant to let go. Let it go and move on. Other times it's meant to be a learning lesson to carry you through the rest of your life. Then that's what you do. But you can't always hold on to stuff and have all that extra baggage because it just, trust me, it weighs you down. It makes you become such a better person when you can just let all that stuff go and live your life and be you and be a happy version of you and not a mediocre version of you because you're still holding on to all this other stuff like this and you can't let go to grab what's in front of you and live that and embrace that because you're too busy like this. You can't reach forward and grab everything that's meant for you because you're too busy like this, holding on to stuff that ain't gonna change. It ain't gonna change. You can't go back and fix it. You can't undo it. Let it go. And then reach for all the blessings that are in front of you. Some people say, why are they not blessed? Because you ain't reaching for those blessings in front of you. Because you still holding on to stuff behind you that ain't got no reason to be there. This is true. I'm telling you from my own experience. I have to, when I let that baggage go, my whole life did a whole 360. A whole 360. Right now, if you would have told me I was married, living in a house with, and especially married to Tramel, I would have told you were lying. Like, that ain't possible. That ain't gonna happen.
The shade.
And look at it now. Y'all gotta learn to let go and grab what's for you and let go of what was already there. Cause that ain't gonna change. That ain't gonna fix nothing. But y'all, I enjoyed this little rant today. I really, 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 really did. But now I need to go figure out what I'm going to eat for the day. I know my husband hungry because he's been eating like garbage disposal lately. I'm hungry because I only ate one time yesterday. And then he brought my favorite things, them Cheez-It Snaps. Oh, child, I eat a whole bag. I got to stop. I really have to stop. No, for real. So I'm sure we're going to go to the grocery store. Then we got to go to the grocery store. And I think it's too late, so I'm going to have to go pay my rent on Monday. Mm-hmm. Yes, I'm going to have to, because I'm believing God that this background is going to be my house one day, for real, for real. But that's a whole nother story. But y'all, I appreciate y'all for coming today. Hey, Miss Barbara. I appreciate y'all coming today and listening to me rant and listening to my little story time about when, I was Kilonda, not Joseph. Well, I was always Joseph, but you know what I'm talking about. But anyway, please, again, thank you to the mods. If you wasn't here before, thank you to the mods that helped me out on Thursday night. I appreciate y'all because we don't really never ask our mods to do anything, but I appreciate y'all coming through and helping me that night with those links. And thank you all for watching on Thursday night because I know I don't come live on Thursday. And I want all of y'all to make Saturday the best day ever because I said so. That's why. That's why I wanted you to make it the best day ever because I said so. But on that note, I need all of you to go follow us on all social media outlets, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and of course, right here on YouTube. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to become part of the TheMKingz Kingdom, make sure you hit that join button. If you don't see it, the link will be in the description box. It just means you are on an iPhone or iPad, and make sure you hit that shaded bell so that you know every time one of the TheMKingz goes live, or both of us go live. Also, Make sure you check out the TheMKingz boutique and get all your Dare to Be Different and TheMKingz merchandise in the TheMKingz boutique. And when we go back to having coffee with the Kingz, you too can have coffee with the Kingz right there, me and Jarrell. That's just one of 4 different mugs. And now we have a hot and cold tumbler. It keeps your cold stuff cold or your hot stuff hot for 24 hours. Go check it out. And also, there was something else I was going to say, and I totally forgot because Jamel started saying something to me. But anyway, y'all, yes, thank you for coming. Tomorrow morning, Jamel, we're going to do a recap of all the shows we did for the week. So make sure you be there for the weekly recap with the Kingz. It'll be both of us tomorrow. And please, 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 if you would like to help support our channel, please feel free. There's our Cash App right here. Feel free to Cash App the TheMKingz at $TheMKingz. All donations are put right back into our platform so that we can keep up a wonderful show for you guys. Because, you know, if you go back to our first videos, you'll see we were laying in bed. And a lot of y'all missed that headboard. I don't know why, but we were laying in bed. We didn't have all of this hoopla. But I like the hoopla now. Anyway, y'all, again, please enjoy your Saturday. Make it the best Saturday ever. And if nobody ever told you they love you, guess what? I love you guys, and thank you for coming. You always are a special treat to talk to and entertain, and I love it. I hope you learned something from what I said. It wasn't all just to make you laugh. It was also to help you learn. And with that being said, walk in love, peace, sunshine, and happiness. And you know what it is. I don't know why I have to tell you, but I'm going to tell you anyway. It's Team McCray all damn day. Later, y'all.